Hi, hello, and welcome. I am definitely not Vlad, and you're watching me level this abomination of a character up to 70 so that I can pug my way to 2.8k rating. It might be less than that if I decide to just get all the portals, but we'll see when we get there. Right now, we're busy doing time walking dungeons so we can get to level 70 as quickly as possible. My original plan was to do dragonflight dungeons up to 70, but that was because there was no time walking event back then, and it's been a while because I've been taking breaks from recording, but I will be getting one video a day out of this series. Maybe even two, depending on how much time I have left to actually get to 2.8k rating. But that's something for a different time and a different discussion. Right now, we're just going to queue up and wait for that dungeon pop. They've been popping pretty quickly because people seem to really actually want to do these, as opposed to Wrath of the Lich King dungeons, which took me like sometimes more than 10 minutes to get a pop as a tank, which is unheard of, for me at least. But yeah, we'll see. I'm just going to sit here quietly and stare into my screen until it pops. Here we go. There's our pop. Let's go get into that time walking dungeon. What exactly will we be getting? I hope it's not Court of Stars. For some reason I really hate Court of Stars, and it's not even because of like season 1 Dragonflight or anything. Oh, excuse me. It's not even because of season flight Dragon 1. Season 1 Dragonflight. It's not even because of season 1 Dragonflight. I just don't like that dungeon. I don't know why. It's not fun for me. Okay, this one. I think I sort of kind of remember this one. I didn't play much in Legion, so I'm not particularly familiar with this one, but I think I go and I kill stuff, and then if they don't kill me, I win, and if they do, if oh, my friend needs some healing, so we're gonna use our Dream of Cenarius on that paladin who was low health. Let me just line of sight these guys. Maybe that's a good call. There you go, just to get him to come around the corner. There we go, that's something. Where's the damage, fellas? Come on. Don't make me kill everything. Let me heal that warrior to full. Of course, the one thing I go to kick, somebody else kicks it right then and there. The other demon hunter up. Just maybe I pulled too much for the paladin to heal? I don't know. Well, let's keep going. I think we go this way, right? The Raven script. Troubled soul. We're not gonna... It's already troubled enough. I'm not gonna trouble it more than that. Oh, hey, look. It's Marrowgar. It's such an obvious reskin of Marrowgar. But it looks cool as shit, so I don't really... I don't really even mind, to be completely honest with you. What does he do? He calls souls. What does that mean? It means he's about to die in time walking, apparently. Okay, we don't have Stampeding Roar quite yet. Which way am I meant to go? Is it this way or that way? I think it's this way, right? Yes, it is this way. Open up the door. Okay, bear form. Never mind. Cat form. We keep running. Yeah, I was confused and quiet there for a second because I genuinely haven't done this dungeon much, so. We go up the stairs. While we're on the stairs, we keep spamming swipe. Am I supposed to go down there or not? Or just keep going up the stairs? I think going up the stairs. Yeah, I think going up the stairs is the call. I genuinely don't know. Well, we're gonna find out. This is a little adventure for us. Yeah, it looks like we're supposed to go here. Because I think I've only been in here like once or twice, to be completely honest with you. I haven't done this content much. But what I can tell you is that it's still pretty quick leveling, because it's time walking, and time walking is faster than normal Dragonflight dungeons. Because for some reason they decided to make the end of dungeon reward that you get from Dungeon Finder just give a crap ton more if you're doing time walking. Maybe I shouldn't have used my thingy. here. Maybe I should have used that for the boss fights. Oh well. My thingy thing, by thingy thing I mean berserk. Where the heck do I go now? Oh, never mind, he comes to me. Cool. This is not a boss, it doesn't look like. He's not on the list over here. There we go. That looks something like something I need to move out of. Is this where I go now? It looks like it is. Oh, man's got wings. He wants to keep pulling. Let's make use of that damage. Paladins. I say that as someone who plays Paladin quite a lot now. I think I like a few videos ago I said that Fury Warrior is my main. Well, it's not anymore. I'm playing a Red Paladin now, which is fairly similar to be honest, but it feels a lot better. I feel much more useful, even though Warriors have one of the best raid cooldowns in the game, which is whatchamacallit, the rallying cries that gives 20% health to everyone. It's very whatchamacallit. It's very powerful, and it's basically a raid-wide don't die button. But it's something you can do once every 3 minutes, while Paladins can do much more often. That's what it feels like to me, at least. And in Mythic Plus especially, it feels like there's just so much more that I can do as a Paladin. I just feel so useful to my group compared to Warrior. I mean, Warriors are great. They're like tanky. They do a lot of self-healing. You're basically immortal. You don't have to worry about them dying in your raid group or in your Mythic Plus run either. Especially as Fury, because Fury just has that crazy stamina from having two two-handers. Just the stats on Fury are crazy. And the self-healing from Enraged Regeneration is also crazy. But it's just not as fun to me as Red Paladin, because Red Paladin has Bob, you have Bubble, you can ignore mechanics, you have whatchamacallit. Oh, sorry, grab this aggro over there. You have Lay on Hands, you can save someone who gets really low, you can do all sorts of stuff. Look, I got real big real quick. But yeah, it feels like there's so much you can do, and you can Blessing of Sacrifice, which is amazing. It's an external cooldown that you can give. I just feel so useful as a Red Paladin. Much more than as a Fury Warrior. And I also feel like Red Paladin has a very nice advantage, which is you can step away from the boss more than like a foot and actually keep DPSing the boss. Because Fury Warrior has some of the lowest melee range in the game, include not just melee attacks but abilities, and it really feels bad. It feels really, really, really bad, especially on boss fights where you kind of just need to step away a little bit. Experiments in the current tier feel like that, very much so, because it's just you have to step away so that you can, I don't know, do the bomb explosion thing. Sorry, not the bomb explosion thing, but like the drop off the debuff or whatever. Yeah, this is where we need to go. And oftentimes it just feels like you can't even be hitting the boss. Maybe I'm just not good at Fury Warrior, so that's what it feels like that. So my uptime is not very good. But it doesn't feel fun to me. It doesn't feel as fun as just doing Red Paladin things and having 30-yard ability ranges as a melee class, which is ridiculous. And even when you don't have 30-yard ability ranges, your basic auto attack range it feels like twice as long as or twice as long or twice as far as Fury Warrior. So it feels a lot better to play Red Paladin for me personally. Where the hell do I go now? I have no clue where to go in this dungeon. It looks like this Paladin does though, so I'm just gonna follow the Paladin. Guess this way? Yes? Yeah, this looks like where I need to go. Oh, I guess I go further up. Okay, well I'm just gonna keep going then. These poor warlocks are not gonna be able to do anything, but I'm very sorry, friends. Ashtoreth. It's a cool warlock name. Yeah, I guess I'll stop here because there's really no point in keeping going if two people that do the most damage can't keep doing damage. Pop one of my survival instincts here. Okay. The Holy Paladin's a lot more on top of the healing than he was at the beginning of the dungeon, so that's quite nice. Give everyone a speed up. Oh, this is where the boss is, so that was a bit of a waste of a speed up, but very well. Pop troll racial and rock and roll. I think we fight him and then we fight the Dreadlord or whatever. Do we? Yes, we do. Hello. Bop, bop, bop. Dentalonax. Sounds like a cheap sort of, what were they called? Toothpaste. Oh, it's Dantalonax with an A at the start, not Dentalonax. Never mind. Still sounds like a cheap toothpaste though. I have no clue what this boss does, but he seems to be dying quite well, so maybe he's good at that. Okay, Black Rook Hold has been done. Very nice. What about this neck? No, wait, that's a waist. Lad, that's a waist. It's not a waist, it's a perfectly good piece of gear. Made me laugh. Okay, leave instance group. We're going to queue up for the next one. Just take a quick look at what we have going on in our inventory here. I did get some piece of loot. I got these pants, which are an upgrade. Very nice. I really, really want a chest piece to drop, because I'm still rocking a item level 72 chest piece, while current gear that's dropping is item level 232. I really, really want a chest piece to drop. I'm getting sort of desperate for a chest piece. Actually, I'm level 62. Maybe I can buy a cheap chest piece for myself. Armor level, let's say 60 and higher. Leather chest search. Okay, maybe just cap it at 62 so I don't see these things that I can't even equip. Pioneer leather tunic, 95 gold. Do I grab? I feel like I should just grab that, yeah? Yeah, let's grab that. Why not? Why the heck not? 100 gold? That ain't not 2.4k gold? I was just a second ago where I had much, much less than that. Let's equip that chest piece. Now I'm not wearing crappy chest anymore. Cool. Is there any other piece of gear that's really, really far behind? I feel like I'm... Okay, the belt's a bit low, but it's not a big deal. It's only like 20 item levels behind the rest of the gear. The trinket, item level 100, and the staff is 163. So the staff, trinket, and belt could use an upgrade. This is 174, that's not so far behind. But overall pretty good for a fresh level 62. Recently level 60. Recently level 50. I think I started leveling again today, and I was level 51 when I started leveling, so it's been a few hours of me just leveling. It was a pretty quick queue. I don't mind having talked through it. While people keep accepting, I'm going to quickly sell all my junk. This is junk, this is junk. Yeah, I don't care. Junk, 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 junk. Quest items. Oh, it's Eye of Jar again. That's a quick one, I think. Unless people are very, very slow, but I don't think they will be. People have been quite good. Either people have been very good, or the scaling is a bit whack and the dungeons are super, super, super easy. Okay. I think I'm just gonna pull from the start to the boss. I'm gonna kick that real quick. Moonfire these guys down there. There we go. Pop a couple of cooldowns. Gonna be Rage of the Sleeper and Barkskin. I usually overlap those because they're similar cooldowns. There we go. Gonna heal up our Death Knight over there with our Dream of Cenarius proc, and we're gonna pull boss. Pull boss charge, and we popped Bloodlust, so I'm going to use my Berserk. Okay, we have stuff on those. What the heck happened to them? They took so much damage. Who hit them so hard? Looks like it was the Enhancement Shaman. Enhancement Shaman's not messing around on that storm nonsense. Did I loot the boss? I did now. Very nice. I seem to be in combat. No, I'm not anymore. I got a trinket, dude. That's so nice. Oh, and it's like a cheat death trinket. That's perfect, dude. It's exactly what I needed. I didn't save my kick for the polymorph. Okay. Oh, the shaman's on top of it. Yeah, this shaman knows what's up. I like the shaman. I need to sprint. Go to the next one, because everyone over there is on top of the situation. Alright, I don't care about anything being used here. I just want to interrupt the polymorph so my friends don't get polymorphed. I think they skipped to a different enemy. Or am I crazy? Just gonna interrupt that, I guess. Okay, I popped my thingy thing. I think people are finally... Oh, there they are. A lot of holy paladins. A lot of holy paladins lately. I think it's because they're so overpowered, so everyone's leveling a holy paladin. I was so confused for a second there. I was just sitting there silently watching things happen instead of, you know, doing anything or commentating. But I was confused where people went because I was sitting here standing alone fighting these. Because it looks like people don't really know where they need to go. Or was there like a one of these arcanists somewhere that I don't know? Okay, so the shaman says that we only have to kill 2. Maybe. Thought it was 3 of them. Yeah, I thought I had to kill 3 of them to be able to start the boss fight, but that's incorrect apparently. Okay, here we go. Mash Iron Thorn. Iron Thorn? Iron Fur. Keep trying to say Iron Fur and Thorns of Iron at the same time, and then I make weird sounding sentences like that. Oh, I got knocked back. I don't like that. There we go. I'm so lost in this. Like right now, I'm just a little bit confused about as to what's going on. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I'm not. Having a bit of a brain fart moment this run, but all's well. All is well. No trash to pull here. Why am I so confused? I just did this earlier, like an episode ago, or the episode before this. I did this run, or this thing. He's gonna just submerge again. It looks like. Yep, there he goes. Stupid freaking seagull keeps freaking disorienting me. It's so irritating. And there he goes again, beckoning me in the eye. I still feel very confused for some reason. What is wrong with my brain right now? Am I having a stroke? Like what's going on with my brain? Let's see if we body pull that thing. Sure looks like we will. Okay. Nice and quick run. This shaman knows what's up. He's doing bonkers damage. But I think he's level 70. Let me see here. Yeah, he's level 70. He's got enchants and everything, so he's doing serious business damage. Speed everyone up nicely. no reason for you to be pulling though, buddy. I know you're real nice and strong, but you don't need to do that. Can only do outside. It looked like I was outside. Alright. Okay. It's just the evoker who's ranged. So I don't have to worry too much. Poor bastard's not going to get much damage in between the shaman and me moving everything constantly, but it's for the good of all. We're going to have a faster dungeon, even though the evoker probably is not having the most fun in the game right now. And you know, c'est la vie. Sometimes that's just how the rice roll. Rice roll? The dice roll. What am I saying? Man, I am just lost in the sauce this dungeon. I think it's time for me to go to bed. It's 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. I think it's time for me to go to sleep after this run. Because I can feel my eyes getting heavy. Maybe that's just what I'm feeling the confusion from. He's real upset right now, and I can't even soothe that. There we go. No loot, just time wart badges. But I'll take badges, because the gear you can get for time wart badges is pretty cheap. And I hadn't even thought about that. I haven't even thought about time walking in general when I started out this series, but it turns out time walking is going to be pretty nice because I think I can get 389 gear from time walking. I'm not 100% sure though. I'm just going to go ahead and smack that and make it follow me. Shaman's on his own little adventure. I'm just going to let him get turned into a fish because he's that fucking strong, isn't he? Hope he's having fun as a fish. A fish shaman. Moonfire that thing so I can keep aggro. Oh, my sanguine hibiscus sold for 12 gold. That's nice. Was it 12 gold a piece? That's very nice indeed, because I think I had 4 pieces, so that's like 50 gold right there. I can't incapacitating roar that. Thank you, Shaman, for kicking it. My kick's still on cooldown. Come on now. Fall over. Thank you. Let's go, baby. Mash this thing out of existence. And then we can... Boy, that's big. Then we can queue for one more dungeon I believe I need to do. Cry of Wrath. What happens if that goes off? Apparently not much. But yeah, I had one more dungeon in this this episode. Then we will call it quits for tonight. Leave instance group. Don't want to be with the shaman who keeps pulling for me, even though he was doing great damage and making the dungeon quicker. I just don't enjoy when people pull instead of the tank. It's not cool, dude. It's not cool. This is a nice upgrade. It doesn't really matter much for time walking dungeons though, because all your gear gets scaled down, so it doesn't matter how much more item level you have, unless you have enchants. That's why I mentioned that the shaman has enchants. I'm going to queue up. I'm going to shut up until the queue pops. Oh, I was just setting up my cursor, WeakAuras. Actually, just going to keep doing one more thing. The group. Is there a way for me to make this slightly larger group? Scale 1.5? Would that work? Would that make the cursor bigger? No. Okay, well, we'll just... Oh, no, here it is. I was waiting for it. I knew I couldn't avoid it forever. It's the Court of Stars. I don't know why, I just really hate this dungeon. I feel like it takes forever to do compared to the other ones, because there's the RP bits, and this little entry cinematic thing where you get taxied around on the boat, it just takes forever. Look at it. Oh, get off of me, Evoker. Personal space, Jesus. But yeah, this little bit, I don't need all this. Just let me mash stuff. I guess it is cool from a lore perspective. Like, you can learn some stuff, you can see the characters talk. I'm not even gonna read what they say. I really just don't give a crap because I Then this, I remember doing the quests and figuring out like and going through this, and there was stuff happening and I sort of understood it, but I just didn't care enough to remember what exactly the lore is behind Elisande or whatever. She's like the Nightborn lady that is the big bad, not the big bad, but a bad guy. I just don't really give a shit about this whole expansion. It was a very good expansion, mind you. Legion was amazing. It's touted as one of the best expansions in the game for good reason. I do believe it is. But for me, I just didn't care much for it because it wasn't what I was doing. It wasn't my thing. Yeah, that sentry needs to die quicker, but there's nobody here to help me kill it. I would just kick the sound alarm thing and we're good. Nice. Okay. Did I even need to pull any of these is the real question. Love being stunned. Just really enjoy being stunned. Thoroughly enjoy being stunned. Okay, knock that down. Don't need to pull much more here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this group in here. No suppress for you. You don't get to suppress, my friends. Okay, but I can't kick that one. Okay, that's gonna root him so he can't reach it, and then when he does reach it, or he does not reach it at all. It just ain't happening. I'm going to break the beacon. There it is. Go mount form. Ah, there's no beacon there. What alarm are you gonna ring? Ain't no alarm for you there. I don't know if that's where he was going, but it looked like it to me. Pull this. These have quite a bit of health. Where is the boss? Is that the boss? That's the boss. Oh yeah, that's the big guy. That's him. Owie. I'm not gonna pull it yet because it's right next to some mobs, and I wanna spend the least amount of time possible in this dungeon. There we go. We'll pull him now. Okay, we're gonna pop our stuff. Frenzied regen once. Make sure I don't stand in that crap. Signal beacon or whatever. None of that business. And he's down. Good thing this is time walking and not like Mythic Plus, so we don't have to actually take it any seriouser. Any seriouser? What are these words that are coming out of my mouth right now? I definitely need to go to sleep. Just gonna beat this guy up while we run through this. Give everyone a nice little speed up while we barge through some Nightborn facilities. They're up here, up in the club. They're clubbing it up. Up in the club. Not for long. I'm here to ruin it. They're clubbing it up, but there's demons in the streets. Come on. I mean, jeez. Fancy Noble runs away in terror. Good. They should. Fuck the bourgeoisie. Can we skip? I can't skip it if the Warlock does that. Alright. These guys actually hurt. Well, they don't hurt if if they get wiped out by the Evoker Breath. That looked cool as crap, though. I really like that. Okay, what am I doing? There's something I need to interact with over there. Do I need to kill these guys to do that? I do now. I thought something flew towards them and started doing damage, so I wasn't sure what the heck was happening. I just need to kill the Enforcer? Is that what I need to do? Like, it's marking something on the map that I need to do. I think it's the Enforcer, yeah? Yeah, I need to kill the Enforcer? Or do I just... I guess it's just kill. Oh no. Yeah, I can't do that. Whoops. Forgot. Yeah, I have to go do the other thing on the other side. But we spawn right here next to it. Ah, that was actually tactical reset. Tactical reset, dude. Yeah, you can't fight that boss until you do the stuff over here. I think there's like a book or something you need to interact with. Whoopsie. But it was actually just a quicker way to get over to the other side, you know? That's why I did it. Totally not because I don't know what I'm doing in this dungeon. No, it's definitely because I don't know what I'm doing in this dungeon. What the hell am I doing? Where do I need to go? What do I need to do? What's going on? Can I pull those guys up there? I can pull those guys up there, right? Disintegrate yourself, dude. Get off me. If you're not sure what I'm saying, it's because this guy, the eye guy, was doing disintegrate on me and I kicked it. I just do not know what I need to do in this dungeon. But there's something over there that I need to do. Fellbound Enforcer. So I need to kill another Enforcer. Okay. Is that the same? No, it can't be the same one. We already killed one right there, like over there. I guess they travel around. Fell detonation. Big bada boom. The Warlock's still using the thing. Can I hit them? No, no, I can't. Can I? Am I doing something wrong? I'm not doing anything wrong. No, this is fine. Okay, good. I was worried for a second because she was like immune and stuff at the beginning of the fight, and I was like, but I think the immune was from me charging her. Like I can't root her, so it said immune. Let me just heal up that Warlock to full. No withering, nothing. Shush, lady. Well, this is actually quite an interesting change of pace, because so far I've done only dungeons that I know exactly what I need to do in them. And this is definitely not one of those dungeons. And I think one of the dungeons in the previous episode as well was one of the dungeons that I just had no clue what the heck was going on. Okay, don't be coy. Well, I'm gonna get kicked out. Oopsie daisy. That's not what I needed to do. Well, I'm turned back into this. Okay, so we're supposed to get clues, right? No, I think I had a weak aura that's supposed to give me clues. Oof. Book. Person has a book. Short sleeves with a book. Short sleeves, no gloves with a book. Short sleeves, no gloves with a book. That guy has gloves. Still looking. Still looking. Short sleeves with a book, no gloves. Did this person find them? Okay, we found them. My guy is gonna kill himself with Burning Rush. My guy, you gotta turn off Burning Rush at some point. I have to heal. Yeah, I'm saying that the guy needs to turn off Burning Rush at some point, because he'll get hit by one thing and die. But he is not agreeing with me. And then, ironically, it was the Evoker who died afterwards. Interesting. Anxiety Hut. Maybe I have anxiety. Hunter says, "Come on now, kids. Are we really arguing over time walking?" I'm not arguing, dude. I just don't want my friend to die. I want my buddy to survive. Lead surge. Piercing something. I'm not standing in that. Mm-mm. And that's the third dungeon of the run, or of the episode. And we're gonna leave instance group. That's level 63, I believe it said. Very, very nice. Level 63. We got an extra talent point. We can put that into Moonless Night. Is that what we put it in? Moonless Night says your direct damage melee. Oh, it just makes my single target abilities more powerful. But most of my damage comes from Thorns of Iron. Or rather, that's what I'm dumping all of my rage into. So there's not going to be much that I get out of Moonless Night. So that might not actually be the best thing for me to get. I might actually want to go for Fury of Nature. Yes, yes, Fury of Nature. That way I get even more arcane damage, because even now, Moonfire is most of my damage done. Even now, before I have more arcane damage. So maybe that is the call. Yes, I think that is the call. I think Fury of Nature would be good. I'm going to grab that, apply that change. Very nice. Oakley Dokley Oak, that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching and sticking through this one, even though it was pretty quiet on my end because I got a little confused in the second dungeon, and then the third dungeon I was just out of it because I was looking at chat a little bit, like what people were saying, and I also didn't know what the hell I was doing in Court of Stars. It was completely lost in the sauce. If somebody can explain what you do in the I think it's like looking for a spy, right? And as you talk to people, they tell you what the spy is and isn't wearing, and then you can figure out which one it is by looking through those clues. But I just got lost in the sauce, man. I had no clue what was going on. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode.